Okay, I've got like a really mini dive for us because one of my facts was that Stonehenge was built as a cemetery during the Bronze Age.
Wow.
Which makes them older than the pyramids.
Damn.
Yeah. And they still don't know how they built them.
No, but we know something about them. And here is my story. Okay, so this is a really bizarre case, and there's also some excellent names in it. Okay, so Cecil Chubb was born on April 14th, 1876, an Aries, in the village of Shrewton, which is about 4 miles west of Stonehenge. So he grew up right next to Stonehenge. He came from a line of saddle makers, but he was interested in law and politics. He met his wife at a cricket game, and they married in 1902. Cecil became a barrister, which, as we learned not too long ago, is an attorney.
Correct.
Didn't know what a fucking barrister was before that. And amassed a considerable fortune while his wife's uncle owned a mental asylum called Fisherton House, which is now called Fountain Way, which she inherited after his death. So he and his wife basically own a mental asylum, and he's a wealthy barrister on his own, too. Mm-hmm. Cecil became chairman of the hospital, and during his reign, it became the largest private mental hospital in Europe. Yikes. He also served on the Salisbury City Council and was a justice of the peace, and they also owned racehorses and bred shorthorn cattle. They're rich. They're weird. That's what all of this means.
The long and short of it.
Nice. Chubb, rich, weird.
Chubb, rich, weird.
Chubb, rich, weird. By 1911, they're living in a really nice house with their 2 children, John and Mary, and 8 servants.
Only 8?
Okay. In 1915, legend has it that Mrs. Chubb sent Cecil out to the local auction house to buy some dining room chairs. It just so happened to be the same day that Sir Cosmo Gordon Antrobus was auctioning off Stonehenge after inheriting the estate from his brother. Have you guys heard about this?
No, I've never heard this case before, or any of these people.
Okay. No Chubb?
No, I don't want no Chubb.
I don't know Chubb.
Chubb is a guy.
A Chubb is a guy that can't get no love from me.
Okay, so he's auctioning off the estate that includes Stonehenge. On a whim, Cecil Chubb bought it for £6,600, which would be about $874,000 today. He was there for chairs. It's like going to Target. You go for laundry detergent. You come out with an footstool.
Monument.
Yeah, an ancient monument. So it might surprise you to know that Stonehenge had been privately owned since the 12th century. The site was in absolute shambles. I also have pictures of that, with several of the rocks tipping over or like fully fallen over. It was really messy. It's sad to look at. People had been chipping off chunks and carving their names in it for probably centuries. There was just crap all around it, including a full, then abandoned military airfield from World War I.
Oh, weird.
But Cecil had loved Stonehenge his whole life, and just 3 years after purchasing it, he gifted it to the nation. So he bought it.
Not gonna lie,
kind of
Cecil
cleaned it up.
Chubb can kind of get it. He's kind of hot.
Cecil Chubb is kind of hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
His wife's pretty cute,
do you have a picture,
too.
or do you just mean because he gave the monument to the country?
No, there
Both,
are pictures.
but there are pictures of him. Here,
Okay, we're Googling. We're furiously
Sir
Googling.
Cecil Chubb.
Let's see.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, he's like hot. But then I feel like, and hear me out, I feel like everyone and their granddad looks really hot in black and white olden timey pictures.
It's true. It's true. It's very forgiving.
Everyone's granddad looks super hot in like those wartime pictures. Because I think it's because they're in a like army uniform. It's black and white. They're like, the quality of the lens is probably not very good. Everyone looks super fit. But
Yeah,
also,
Not high def.
We
No.
are projecting onto these people that they're like old and wise, but in a lot of those war photos, they're like 19, but like have seen some shit.
Mhm.
yeah, 19,
I don't know. There's some
shell shocked, terrified,
Yeah.
not having a good time.
weirdly hot.
So hot
Weirdly
though.
hot.
Your granddad's
The
so
trauma
hot.
shows, and it's sexy.
Weirdly hot. Yeah.
My grandma looks exactly like Elizabeth Moss, and
You're-
I will send the picture to you
Yes,
to
Hannah's
prove it.
Yes.
grandma
Need it.
does look exactly
Love a hot grandma.
like Elizabeth Moss.
I love a hot grandma. For real.
So Chubb gifts Stonehenge to the nation. A handing over ceremony was held in October 1918, and Cecil received a knighthood in return. And his special coat of arms, because he's a knight now, features a trilithon, which are those 3 big stones, like the 2 vertical and the 1 horizontal. That's what you think of when you think of Stonehenge. So his little custom coat of arms has a little
Is
Stonehenge on
Stonehenge.
it.
I love
nice.
it.
Dude.
Sir
I
Cecil
love
Chubb died in his home in London in 1934. The site underwent major repairs throughout the 20th century, and now she looks fabulous. So thanks, Chubbs. And I didn't know that it was privately owned I never thought about it. But
No.
yeah, privately
I
owned
didn't
until
know.
1911
That's wild.
or
I didn't know
1918.
And
That
I
is
can
crazy.
guarantee that you don't know that Suruthi Bala and I have also pissed on it.
Yeah. Not on, near it.
Near
Naughty
it.
Near it.
girls.
We didn't piss on it.
Not
That makes us sound like
Bad
we're-
Brits. Bad Brits.
Bad Brits.
Like we've got some sort of anti-druid agenda. No. We urgently, out of urgent desperation, they're in sight of Stonehenge. I could see Stonehenge while I was pissing publicly.
That's just magical.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
I love an
Yes.
outdoor whiz in a majestic setting. You didn't hurt
What's
anybody.
wonderful is that it's opposite Europe's biggest pig farm. No one talks about that, so it also stinks of
Oh, no!
Driving around, we were like, we're going to go past Stonehenge. And I've never actually been to Stonehenge. And yeah, neither of us had. And we were like, should we just pop into Stonehenge since we're driving past it? And we're like, yeah, that'll be fun. We get there and we're like, oh my God, it's fucking closed. Why is it closed? As if it's closed. And we also thought there'll also be toilets there because both of us need to wee. It's closed, so we don't go in. And then we just had to pull up on the side of the road and wee because I was going to literally piss myself in the car.
But you
So-
could, even though the park was quote unquote closed, you could still see it from where you were peeing.
on the
so
other
it wasn't
side
a
of the
complete
road.
You can
loss.
see it from the road.
You can see it from
Good.
the road, yeah. But
Good,
the
good,
best
good.
thing about that was we pissed on the side of the road and we realized that we were like, we'll leave. What did we do? We left the car doors open and we were like, oh, no one will be able to see us if we open the car doors. But obviously, as a lady, I did squat down. And as soon as I squatted down, I was like, doesn't matter that the car doors are open. Everyone can see me on this motorway that everyone is driving past. Everyone is looking at my vagina. But I started weeing at that point, and I was like, there's no
They
end to
can't see
this.
your face, so
They can't see my face, you're right. Though I'm quite
Little
sure they could probably
anonymous.
see my face.
I mean,
the
similarly,
window.
I've had diarrhea on the Jersey Turnpike in a drainage ditch, so been there. But
Similarly.
I couldn't see Stonehenge from where I was squatting. So you really had a nice. You didn't piss
We
on
did.
Stonehenge. You pissed
No.
at Stonehenge.
Yeah, it's better.
Exactly.
So Amanda's
Exactly.
experience significantly less magical. But
Exactly. I could see my mom sitting in her car from where I
you go.
was.
Well, I sure hope you liked that clip. If you did like that clip, make sure you are subscribing to our YouTube channel, leaving us a nice review, and joining us on Patreon for even more video content, audio content, salacious content all around. Come join us. Treat yourself.